Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, as today we're going to be playing some more Strange Antiquities. I think the last episode I recorded, it was kind of the fourth one I'd recorded, it like in a row, and I think my brain was a bit frazzled at that point, so I've taken a bit of a break. That last identified thing, this folium, it was a bit frustrating for me. No doubt it was frustrating for you guys watching as well, but we got there in the end. I'm fresh, I'm rested, and we're going to dive back in. Oh, wow, we're getting towards the end. It's day 16 of 17. Wow, okay, things are building up. Almost imperceptibly, the casket began to absorb the crepuscular power that had leached into the stone and the earth of its lightless tomb. Okay, so what was the previous one? The problem... Okay, so it's in the library, and like in the vault in the library, isn't it? But the problem with storing powerful dark artifacts is that slowly, inevitably, the darkness seeps out. Almost imperceptibly, the casket began to absorb the crepuscular power that had leached into the stone. Now crepuscular, I mean, we've had guinea pigs, and I know that they are crepuscular, which means they're kind of active early morning and sort of evening time, as opposed to nocturnal, where you're active at night, and diurnal, when you're active in the day. So what is crepuscular? So, what crepuscular power would leach into the stone? I don't know kind of what that means in that context, but okay. Right, anywho, probably not important. Bad stuff happening. This looks like a tombstone, if I had to guess. Or the clock. Okay. So we need to find that time on the clock. Now it's on my map table, but that does suggest it's to do with this. So, yeah, okay, so I think probably I've got to just check the phases of the moon and then convert that to this, because otherwise it doesn't quite work properly. Might take a minute. Ah, that looks like it. Set the hands in the right place, so yeah, yep, okay. Well, I've done that. Now what? So we've got the half moon. Okay, let's have a think about what that could apply to. I'm going to have a look at the catacombs first, in case there's like a half moon. Well, there is this. Is that it? Hey, see, the brain's firing on all cylinders again this morning. The air is stifling in the darkness, and the claustrophobia of the tunnels almost overwhelms me, but I press on. I remind myself that there are few who venture down here, which means the chances of an interesting find are higher. It doesn't take long for my search to bear fruit. Ooh, cool. It's like a little hangy thing, so we'll pop that up there. I don't know why I've put the vase up there, but that's kind of my hangy thing shelf. Now what we could do before we sort of start for the day is try and identify a couple of things in our book. I think maybe we'll start... Oh, okay, well, abrasive nether I think is one that I've got. Babelia is definitely one I've labelled. The Briggic Charm. I think I've said that was this one, didn't I? Okay, so what else do we have? Corvin's Might. I mean, I'm fairly certain this is Corvin's Might. We haven't had it kind of confirmed yet, because I refuse to give it to the person. Dread Vivant, I think we've got... It's red labelled anyway. And Lunima is new. Also called a Moon Pool, or Heart of Tranquility. Harnesses the power of the elements to create an aura of unease. They can be used to keep people away from places they are not welcome. There is a superstition among thaumaturges that says illumina should not be used when the moon is full. It is not known where this idea came from. Moon Pool. Heart of Tranquility. Creates an aura of unease. Okay, well that's something that we might be able to sense. Let's see if anything gives me a feeling of goosebumps. Could be. Nothing strong to remark there. Reflect on my own mortality. I don't think this is interesting because, well, it said calls on the power of the elements. Now, we know these are weather runes. A feeling of disquiet lances through my body. Okay. Unsettling. So again, what did it say? Lunima, moon pool, or heart of tranquility, harnesses the power of the elements. It can be used to keep people away from places they are not welcome. An aura of unease. Now remind me, I'm going to have to remind myself what these are, but that's... Oh, it says elements. Yeah, because I remember these are... I forget exactly which one, but that's fire, I think, earth, water, air, if I had to guess. That last one, but I'm pretty sure I'd already kind of worked out those were those. Which you would call the elements, wouldn't you? So yes, I think that is a lumina. Ooh, what am I doing? What am I doing? I think that kind of fits enough to put a red label on anyway. Okay. What else do we have? What's next? Morgan's Folly I think I've red labelled at least. Now a Shin... I don't think I did. Common items made with using materials with a connection to the ocean. That's going to be our big clue on this one, I think. We don't have a lot of stuff to kind of compare that to. They began as superstition, simple objects made by sailors and fishermen. They became something more with the help of the old thaumaturges. Okay, not a lot to go on apart from it's made from materials that are reminiscent of the ocean. What was kind of the purpose of them again? Keep boats safe. I think this is the symbol... and maybe it isn't water, actually. What is that the symbol for? Earth. Okay, no, fine. I wouldn't have said bronze was a particularly nautical thing. Oak? Oh, then there was something... there was an oaken thing. In the book, so that could be that. I mean, this is all wood, but it's like a dark business, reflects on mortality. I mean, it could be that. I don't know if it is though. I've done the bronze. Again, bronze. Although the this is the stone for water. I don't know if that that's not a rune so much as it is a pattern, is it? So... I don't get the connection between bronze and the ocean, I must say. Although the stone is water. Should look up these symbols again. I think this was the Wiccan symbol for witch or something, wasn't it? Witchcraft or witch sign. Like the half moon. Well, it's not these. Crescent moon. Does it appear somewhere else? Silver. I think it's silver, although it's backwards. That's definitely a witch sign. I know that we've got the witch's finger still unidentified. I'll have to read the entry on that again. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure. I mean, I'm leaning of those perhaps towards the Waterstone, but not enough even to red label it, I wouldn't have said. So we'll leave that still for now. Oops. Spirita I think I've labelled. Let's have a look. Or not. I thought I had a spirit label. Sorry, a spirit eye. I guess it's just one I'm confident on that no one's actually requested, so it hasn't like been verified. Tormund's Bane, I'm pretty sure I've red labeled at least. Yeah, there we go. Weaving Edge, that's new. is used to enter the Red Knight, a bloodthirsty state of mind. Tradition dictates that the handle should be made from the wood of a great oak. I mean, to me, that's that one, right? What is it called? Weaving Edge. Edge suggesting blade. Now it said the Scythian thing. Scythia. Is that one of our... No, it's not one of those, okay. But I'm pretty sure it's this. I mean, edge implying blade, the handle is oak, it's, you know, feels fairly bloodthirsty, doesn't it? I didn't really get any kind of sense of anything off it. Sharper than it looks. Yeah, okay. I'll red label it. Feels like I've got more artifacts than I have got pages, so that's quite interesting. Yes, this witch's finger, said to be the severed digits of the Witch of Undermere. Capable of inflicting intense pain, but the goal is supposedly purification of the body. A most unpleasant experience, but a last resort that has cured some and finished off others. I think maybe thinking it would be an actual finger like some of the objects we've seen might be a bit too literal. Going back to this, it does, I mean, it doesn't kind of say, but you can see blood on here, or at least reddening, and it causes intense pain. Nothing to remark. It's got the witch sign. I'm bearing in mind we're coming to our sort of last objects, really. You know what, I'm gonna at least red label it. I'm running out of space there. I'll put some red label stuff over here as well. Okay. What else have we got? Zia, I think I've identified. It's got a red label on it, at the very least. So that's interesting. I mean, yeah, there isn't anything. Well, like all the open boxes at the moment, I think I've put, apart from the shin. The shin is the main thing here that I haven't sort of at least hazarded a guess at. I'm going to put it on this. I'm going to red label it just because of that water thing. I don't really get why the bronze would be connected, but, you know. At least then I can say I've made an attempt at guessing all these ones. Actually, you know what? Let's put the hanging ones kind of all together on a shelf of their own. then maybe we'll just have red label stuff over here. I've got the Mether there. I'm 99.9% sure on that one. So I'll leave that there for now, and then we've got the unidentified ones. Okay, so the sacrament is a baptism ceremony in which one's life is precious. It is performed by a blood priest within a stone circle. In spring, the charm of green growth. Maybe I should go up to the stone circle. We're getting into final days here, so there is a stone circle. What was it labelled as? The eye. It's probably the eye. Should I go to the eye? The locals. Nothing else to see. Okay. So I'm expecting to go somewhere where I'll need to come in with certain objects rather than using this, unless this is... Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that is what we need here. Ooh, could be the bleak stones. The bleak stones stand in their circle in quiet defiance of time. Once home to witchcraft and rituals, now abandoned, silent and still like the surrounding lake. There's magic here. I can feel it, but nothing left for me to uncover. Oh, okay. So I was thinking maybe we also just need to wait until we're summoned, but I don't want to miss the thing we need to do is the thing. So I'm not taking any sort of fear damage for this. 9. What's Stockside Rock? Okay. Still not taking any fear damage for a bit of exploration here, so that seems okay. Wondering if I should go back to the Museum of History. 11. Still no. Pit. I could go to the pit. The pit is a scorched black hole, perhaps 5 meters in diameter, that has an unnatural look to it. A rough wooden fence has been erected around it, but it has not been maintained in some time, and it is broken and collapsed in places. Nothing grows in a wide circle around the gaping chasm. The earth is brown and lifeless. I mean... Again, we're not taking any damage for this exploration, so... But I'm not really seeing anything else I'm thinking I should be going to. There's the quarry, perhaps. What's this? Nothing there. I'll probably take fear damage for that, but only a little bit for the exploration, I think. Let's go see the quarry. The quarry on the outskirts of Undermere is a relatively recent addition to the town. It was opened by a man named Thomas Pope, we've met Thomas, just over a decade ago, and has been in daily operation ever since, supplying limestone for use in construction across the county and beyond. Been to Mossy Wood. Should we go there? It's kind of... Okay, yeah. It looked interesting, but I wondered if maybe it would be something. Not at this point, anyway. Seeing if there's any clues on any of this stuff I haven't caught yet, like this one. There's obviously a lot of symbols around the place, but yeah, maybe we'll leave that for now. Let's open up the shop then. Get going on our day. I'm just a bit worried that things are probably going to be heading to a conclusion quite soon. The witherance was a terrible idea. I've only gone and made things worse. I wish Eli was back. He'd know what to do. Oh, hang on. I've got this thing up. Ah. Some years ago, a friend brought an item to me. Black casket, and I learned that it was a dark article. I should have brought it to Eli right then and there, but I knew he'd want to destroy it. I'm a collector of things. It seemed too important to allow it to be destroyed, but I see now how naive that was. This casket is far more dangerous than anything I've come across before. Now I hear they are looking for it with their black eyes. Either I need to keep them out of the museum, or bring the casket here to Strange Antiquities and hide it in one of its secret places. Well, I think I know what both these things are, but which one would be most helpful, I guess, is the question. So to keep people away from places they're not welcome. Could be. Or to handle dangerous artifacts. I want it to come here, so I think to do that, I think he wants the Dread Vivant. There we go. Light of Caution. Despite appearances, these Noctic items have no connection to the League of the Amphissian Heart. Objects of considerable power that can turn darkness to light, fear to joy. Okay, anywho, we've identified this, so we can do that. And hang it up. There, I think. I'm just wondering if I shift stuff over. It's probably alright for now. Caution's light. Where has it gone? Caution. Oh, light of caution. Here we go. No. Darkness to light, fear to joy. I think it might be this, because these striated black gemstones, they're kind of opposite type stuff. A stone of the night and darkness. There are those who fear it and some who are seduced by it. It does say Noctic. Did it say it's a Noctic item? Yeah. So it should also have the Noctic thingy. Let's check that. I'm pretty sure that's the Noctic little swirl there, but I'll just check. Yeah. So I think it's that. I think that's the Light of Caution. It says, despite appearances, it's not linked to the League of Amphissians, which I think is kind of quite snake-like. Secure enough in that to red label it anyway. There's an uneasy quiet in town today. There aren't many people out and about. Heading straight home as soon as I've done with my deliveries. Alright, what have you got for me? I have recently come into possession of a number of texts on the subject of arcane artifacts. You are welcome to them if they are of any use to you. If I don't hear from you, then I will donate them to the library across the street. Okay, so let's go have a little looky, see what we can find. The library. (26) Wordsworth's Library. Now, which is going to be the front entrance of this? Because obviously we've got... I'm going to go with that. Nope. Now, I might generate a bit of fear here because there's, in my mind, there's several options for who this could be. Like, it could be this. The exploration stuff doesn't send the meter up too high, though. It could also be this. Ah, there we go. Several of the scrolls look promising, but they are written in the Dradic script, and my understanding is too rudimentary to make use of them. If Verona was around, I'm sure she could translate them, but she isn't, and I can't. So we have... let's not do that. Was it the Babelia that was helpful with translation? Yeah. So I think... I mean, it's red labeled, but I think I've got one. Let's have a look. Babelia. Okay, let's... first of all, we'll green label it. Now we know what it is. And that would go in here somewhere. It would go about there, wouldn't it? That's still... It's not attractive, but it's okay. The effect of the Babelia makes my head spin, and I close my eyes tight for a moment as my mind catches up. The pages swirl and blur in front of me, letters and words floating in and out of focus. After a time, I find that I can read them, though it takes some effort, and I feel drained as I reach the end. Okay, cool. Some more stuff for the book. We'll have a little look at those, maybe, and see if anything fits. Bloodbeck, that's new. It was once thought that these objects could be used to commune with the dead, but it is now widely believed that such a thing is not possible. It is not known where the strange voices that emanate from a bloodbeck originate, but there are some who believe they are the voices of the nameless gods. There was one that I heard chanting from. I think it's this. If this is the chanting one. Plus you've got the sort of dark... purpose stones, death, the skull. It's very death coded, you could say. Commune with the dead, not possible, not known where their voices originate. I'm confident enough at this point for a red label, I think. Oh. Pop you over here. I think it's just the water's shadow, then. It is alleged that a water's shadow can be used to pass through solid matter, but the art has long faded from memory. The items themselves are often uninteresting, producing only a faint thermic field, perhaps as a result of going unused for so many years. Now, there is the one I labelled as a shin, that just on the basis it had the water stone. Let's check the thermic field on it and see if it's surprisingly faint. It looks fairly normal to me, actually. I mean, we haven't got that much stuff left. Now that is faint. So let's we'll continue on the basis that might be the shin. That's a possibility for that. What else have we got? That seems pretty normal to me. Oh yeah, of those, that one seems the closest. Water's shadow can be used to pass through solid matter. Often uninteresting. I mean, it isn't that interesting, is it? I did have a... It's tin. I'll check out what tin symbolises. It's cool to the touch. It gives me goosebumps. That's the only thing that gives me pause on this, really. The tin... Jupiter. I don't know, it doesn't really help. I don't know what Jupiter symbolises. Water shadow. What was the symbol for water again? I've gone too far. Upside down triangle. I don't know. I'll red label it. Of the ones that are left, it seems the most fitting. but I'm not amazingly confident on that. The faint thermic field thing was a bit of a giveaway. Okay, who's next? Anna Bryant. With all that's been happening in Undermere, I picked the worst week possible to lose my Briggic charm. I hope you have one that I can replace it with. Now, I think I've got that red labelled. Let's test our hypothesis. There we go. Yep, triple goddess thing. Argyle, a vessel of the earth. Okay, well I think we know what that is then. Used in Dradic rituals. So, let's put that away. But I think Argyle, I think that's what that is. Red label it, but I think that's what that is. We got a couple I haven't even red labelled yet now. This one I've had since the beginning of the game. It's probably going to be the Deus Ex Machina that's helped save the day, isn't it? But this is confirmed now. So you would go there, but I think we're going to have to move some stuff over to this side. Well, I could, now I've got this space down here, I could move my methers down here. Hold please, I'm just going to space this. Actually, it won't take too long. Let's just space these out a little bit more. Got a couple of quite fat ones there. So why don't we bring some of you over. I think we could probably do a couple more there. There we go. Alright, who's next?
I'm sorry, I did not intend to be away for so long. I trust the shop has not been too much trouble to look after in my absence. I've learned a lot from my time in Oxford. There is a powerful dark article here in Undermere called the Nalian Casket. Now you're telling me that my foolish half-wit of a brother has had it in his museum the whole time. I know how to destroy it, but it's not going to be easy. Whatever happens, it must not be opened. We will need it to create a Pillar of Calaris. From what I gather, such a feat has not been attempted in over 500 years. I just hope there's enough time to prepare. Afraid I can't stay, but I'll be back as soon as I can.
Okay. A Pillar of Calaris is a powerful blast of energy that can consume the darkness. In my opinion, it is the safest way to destroy powerful dark articles. It can only be produced at a place of significant thalmic convergence, such as a stone circle perhaps. Strength and weakness, light and darkness, align the opposing powers at opposing compass points. With Korchen's light, the strong will be made weak, and the dark will be made light. Just a slight, yeah. I don't want to miss important endgame stuff. It's my main concern, whether I need to do this sort of stuff now. But we do still have one day left. I'll keep going for now.
I've had my energy drained by some disturbing evil power. For days now I felt tired and frail, and then today I found something that horrified me. Beneath my bed I discovered a carved wooden effigy with a strange symbol painted on it. Don't know who's done this to me, but all I want for now is to lift this feeling of weakness.
Okay, so let's look up the curses. There is one for weakness, isn't there? Not those. I don't think it's any of those curses, but what... I wonder if it's... it could be a witherance. Let me remind myself what a witherance is. So I think she's had that. It says it's the opposite of the Fortinance, so I think maybe we should give her Fortinance. To provide more strength. Susan Hill. Okay, so she's part of that cult. I would like a bloodbeck. The nameless ones are restless. I'm ready to hear their voices. Now, remind myself what the bloodbeck was. Oh, okay, yeah, this thing. Okay. Ta-da! Yeah, I kind of figured all that out. Korchenna. These are used to call on the guile and wisdom of the goddess Korchen. She is goddess of the earth, creation and rebirth. It's maintained by some that these are not objects of power, but they exude an imposing aura that is hard to explain. Possibly that? I don't know. Where was... Oh, this thing. There we go. So this is confirmed now. So we can pop you... there. Okay, so let's read that again. What was it? Korchenna. Do I have a picture of the goddess? Ah. Okay. So she's kind of like a snake-like goddess. So she's called the Serpent Goddess. I don't think that's a light of caution. Although... yeah, Korchen is still the snake motif. Now, okay, so this one does exude an imposing aura, and this one was said that it's like the ice. It's unsettling. The ice seemed to pierce my soul. So I think that is, remind myself again what it's called, a Korchenna, a goddess of the earth. It's made of clay, so that could perhaps also make sense in that regard. Yeah, okay, so Korchenna. There we go. That was what it's called. I have to keep checking. Yeah, Korchenna. So I've only got this one left now. I don't think I have any pages left, but we might still get a new page or something.
I went to move the casket, but it's gone. What do we do? I heard Eli's back in town, but he hasn't come to see me, and if he's not there, then I don't know where to find him. Oh God, what do we do?
You blew it, Eli. Okay. Right. Well, it's getting into the last day. I think we're doing pretty good in terms of identifying stuff. I'm hoping that I haven't missed the opportunity to do any of this stuff. I mean, I have looked for the stone circle. What I was kind of expecting was for her to sort of come and summon me in a way. I mean, it might still happen. It could be these are two choices that we have to choose between. There may be they're both going to take us to a blood circle, and our choice is to open it and kind of confront what's within, or simply destroy it. Okay, that's what I'm gonna guess. Korchen's light. Okay. Well, it's a slightly shorter episode. I think if the next episode or the next day is going to be kind of leading into the finale, I'd kind of wanted to address that in its own episode. So we'll leave it here for this time. I'll just say thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you could hit that thumbs up button, that'd be fantastic. Hopefully less frustrating for people in terms of me solving stuff. Like I said yesterday, that last episode, my brain was just fried by the end, really, having done a few, sort of 3 or 4 episodes in a row, but yeah, went a bit more smoothly, in my opinion, anyway. Let me know your thoughts. Big shout out as ever, big thank you to our channel members. Very, very appreciated how you guys are supporting the channel, and, you know, if other people are interested in seeing upcoming episodes of this ahead of time, this series, or indeed any other series I ever run on the channel, I'll always make those available early for members. So yeah, check it out if that interests you. And, you know, if you're watching this and still not subscribed to the channel, if you could do that as well, that'd be fantastic. So thanks very much, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.